Hello everybody, Mark Patterson here, NCKFA, and today is Sit Down Saturday, and I'm very fortunate that I have Mr. Thomas Farlow today with us, and a lot's been going on with Mr. Thomas in the last month or so, a lot. So we're going to cover that. We're also going to interview him and find out what makes him tick, why he does what he does, and how everything works with Mr. Farlow in the world. So, without further ado, what got you into fishing as a boy?
Before we get into me, I just got to ask you.
I knew this was coming.
I got to ask about this pants.
The pants. Today, I just came straight off the water. Today is the first day I've had a kidney stone hostage for 8 weeks. 8 weeks, folks, that they could not find. So they treated me for everything but a kidney stone that finally emerged, and it was about as big as this kayak. And so I got out on the water today, had a great day, caught some nice crappie, caught a nice bass. So hopefully there will be video of that coming up soon. But so the pants are Immersion Research Devil Club pants. They have, I don't know what the camera can put, but they have booties in the bottom and they're waterproof. So when I step in the water, because I hate being cold, so my feet doesn't get cold, and when I lay those big fish line, when I lay those big fish down to take pictures of them, I stay dry. So that's the deal with the pants. Okay, oh, and the other thing, I would recommend all you guys in the new year, get a dry box, a Pelican, get something to put your phone in. Everybody's doing tournaments now, taking pictures with the phone, uploading them to Fat Sack or Tourney X or what else. Your phone's expensive. This is about $30. All I'm saying. This floats, your phone doesn't. So I was glad to have that today too. So back to the question at hand. What got you into fishing as a young man? Did you have a grandparent or a parent? Who took you on the water to begin with?
First, I had a friend that had a dairy, actually right there around the lake.
This is before it was flooded?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before it was flooded, it was Bucky Dairy. His dad owned that farm, and he had a pond there behind his house, and there was catfish and brim in it. So I started fishing out of that. Then I went. I did that for a few years, and then another guy.
How old are you at this age?
I'm probably let's see, 9, 10-ish.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Maybe a little younger, but
Did you have a zip code 202?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. To 202. I think the
404.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We'd catch catfish by like that, and up to decent size.
Just bobber fishing on the bottom. You just wander down there as kids and start fishing.
Yeah. We'd go actually, and this is kind of, you may find this interesting. We'd go to the cow troughs and dig our worms out of it. Go to the
Whoa.
Yeah.
The closest to a cow trough I've ever been is in the dairy section of the grocery store. So, but don't they put food in the trough?
Yeah, the food would kind of, they would clean them out, but every once in a while there'd be enough left in there.
They would pack down?
It would pack down, and you could go in, dig around, and find worms in there.
Wow. That's a tip for you guys. If you live on a farm, that's where you save the money, go to the troughs.
That's it. It was pretty neat. So we didn't have to really go out in the woods or anything like that and dig them out. So we would find a lot of them. But we'd do that, and we'd use chicken livers and things like that. And we'd catch, brim. But there was a gentleman that was a friend of the family's. He was an older guy, and I honestly don't know if he's still around or not, because I was young at the time, and he was an older gentleman. And he was our age then, now, so he seemed ancient. He was probably like 40. Probably. But he would take me out. He had a little John boat. I don't remember what kind, but he would take me out. And sometimes we'd go on the bank and fish too. But he was more or less a pan fisherman. I remember going to Lake Reese with him, maybe possibly in
a boat.
Did
he have a boat, or did you rent a rowboat?
No, I mean he had a little boat with a little motor.
That was the only motor back then.
He had a little boat. Would go out and catch panfish, mainly crappie.
Okay,
and would do that, and And sometimes it would go. I think pretty sure we'd go to Lucas. We went to Lucas a couple times, but when we wasn't doing that, we would we'd just go to ponds. There was a pond there where my dad worked there at Martin Marietta there in Asheboro that we could go right there at the office and fish a little bit.
Right.
So we went there a couple times. So
this gentleman pretty much kind of took you under his wing?
Yeah.
So your parents didn't fish?
No, they never fished.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because my parents didn't either. It was my grandmother that used to make me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's neat.
So I know it skips a generation. Just skips it. Now, do your kids fish?
They fish when they're biting.
Okay. So they're not just going to be like, Dad, I'm ready to go. Okay.
Every once in a while, they'll say, Dad, can we go down to the pond fish? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, let's go. But normally, it's got to be, they got to really be biting good.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
So this gentleman pretty much got you into fishing.
Yeah.
And then as you got older, did you buy your own first little boat?
No, not necessarily. What really got me hooked on fishing, I took a trip with that guy who I would fish with down in his pond. His name was Nathan. I'd go fish with him at his pond.
It wasn't Nathan Wiles, was it? Because he's really old, but he's still around.
No. His name was Nathan Bucky.
Okay.
And but he had family in Wisconsin.
Okay.
We took a trip one summer. I was going from the 9th to the 10th grade.
Wow. So there was a long run with this gentleman.
Yeah. And we took a car trip up there and to see his family. Stayed up there 5 weeks.
Straight,
5 weeks.
So
straight.
Your parents just said, "Hey, David, take him." What were you? Because you're like 14. They're like, take him for the whole summer. If you bring him back, great. If not, we'll just say he ran away. Nice.
I got pretty much got homesick there. There at the end, but. The first time we went out and we stayed with his uncle, and because his dad come back home, we stayed with his uncle. His uncle, the first time we went out, had a neighbor that was a guide, mainly walleye fishing.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, we got out there, and the first fish I catch was a 31.5-inch muskie.
Wow.
Oh yeah, first fish I caught.
Do you have a picture of that?
Yes, I do.
So you could post that.
Yes.
You can put this. You can put that picture in this
and
video.
I will put it in this picture. And I warned you guys. I look like a rail.
And so you're hooked after that.
Oh yeah. I caught one muskie that day that I had to put back because at 32 inches was the minimum size you keep.
Okay.
I caught the biggest northern pike I caught was 28 or 28 and a half inches long.
Wow.
Caught like 6 of those, and caught the biggest walleye was like 21 and a half inches. Caught a whole stringer of those, and I'll put some pictures in here.
Okay, all right.
I'll put some pictures in there so you guys can see them. But it was a fun trip. We stayed up there. We fished the Black River for smallmouth.
Okay.
We'd go up in the rocks. That's how I learned how to fish mainly weightless. Weightless worm.
Right, just letting it float in the current like you fly fishing, except on the bottom, basically just bouncing it along like a Heldemite or something got dislodged and was.
Okay. And we'd use those little, I think it's number 9 Rapala floating minnows.
Right.
The little bright chartreuse ones.
As everybody had those.
Pop them things on top of the water, and bass would come up and smash that thing. It was a lot of fun.
Good.
A lot of fun, but caught a bunch of perch, and we'd fish Lake Eau Claire, and the Black River was the main ones we fished. I think there was another one or two, but that was the main ones we fished.
And how did you transition from that into the world of kayak fishing?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Do you remember your first kayak?
Yeah, I do, and it really wasn't that long ago. Me and my wife, whenever my kids were very young, they're 9 and 10 now, but whenever they was very young, we
it's like 3?
Yeah, probably something like that. We decided we wanted we wanted to each get a kayak, and we looked at tandems, and we decided that wasn't the way to go.
You're still married, right?
Oh yeah.
That's why you don't have.
That's true.
They're called divorce boats, also. In case we go to look at the tandem, just say, yes, I'm saving $200, but what's half my stuff worth? So just buy two. Tip there. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree.
So you did not buy the tandem.
No.
Good.
No, I bought two exactly the same native basic ultimate basics.
Right, they're great. They're great all around boats.
Yeah. But we bought both of those, and at first, I was thinking, we're just going to use these, go out recreation, just paddle around, stuff like that. Well, it wasn't long at all. I was transforming that thing into a fishing boat.
Right.
So we started visiting Oak Island.
Right.
And then we started, using them on the Davis Canal and
right.
out in the bays and stuff like that. And she never really fishes out of them a whole lot. I'm the fisherman.
Right.
So, but she likes to get out and just paddle around.
Good.
And a lot of times what we do with the kids, we'd take them out with us. We'd put them in the front.
Right.
And just, they would sit up there, grab a hold.
Right.
And they enjoyed that.
Those are great boats. They're all great all around boats.
Yeah.
So you started out with the natives.
Yeah.
With the Ultimate, which is, like I say, a great boat all around. And then you started tricking it out more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
And then what now that you've kind of switched over, what percentage kayak fishing to boat fishing would you say you do?
Oh, I do probably 80 to 90% kayak fishing over boat fishing.
And what is it that you enjoy about the kayak, even though you can carry less stuff, it's more physical work? What do you enjoy about that versus the boat? Why the switch?
Well, you don't have to put gas in it. You don't have to buy, get in, the pay taxes on it, all that stuff. The thing for me is you can get to places where you can't get with a big boat.
Right.
The enjoyment of being, kind of more up close and personal with with nature, with the. And
you're quieter. So you get closer to everything.
Exactly. Just be able to get places that you can't get with a big boat is mainly my thing.
Right. And just ease of not, you can meet your friend there and you don't have to, it's not a big deal back and then and I'm not a good backer. So that's big for me. So, all right, well, that seems logical. And when you go fishing, what's your favorite? I know you fish for a lot of different species, but from saltwater, if you had to say, okay, this is my favorite. Okay, I'll give you two.
Okay.
That one, because narrowing it down to one is tough.
My number one, if I was a good enough fisherman to do it all the time, is red drum. Man, I love catching them things.
Right.
Them things are like.
They're strong. I've always said, if redfish could jump, there would be no bass circuit.
No. You're right. You're right.
If they could jump, they could just jump. But they can't. So there you go.
Yeah. Red drum, and I guess my number two right now, since I hadn't really got into I haven't been fishing out in the saltwater all that long. But if it was going to be number two, it'd be bass. It'd be largemouth bass.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's easy for me to get.
Living as far inshore as we do,
it
is that 200-mile distance to get to the redfish is a little tough.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first redfish in a kayak?
Lord have mercy. I'm trying to think.
Was it at Oak Island?
It was at Oak Island. I can't remember.
First bass? Big bass?
My first big bass was at Raman Lake. That was with Steve.
Steve Sharon of Adventure Outdoors.
Yes, sir.
Is there a video of this?
Oh, yes. And I'll link it right up
Because I know, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to put you on the spot, I know there was a video I saw just of a bass that never made it to the boat.
Oh, no, that was
a big bass.
Yeah,
this one actually made it in.
Yeah.
And Steve witnessed this.
Yeah, well, he was over across the bay.
All my big fish have been when he's away from me too. That's key. You can go with Steve, just don't fish close to Steve.
Well, actually, he told me not to come near him because he had his eye on this one on the bed.
Good tip, Steve. Good job.
But yeah, it was probably, well, it looked like a football. It looked like it swallowed a football. It was this time of year.
Oh, this is the time to go.
Yeah. And it was just, you could hear me across the lake. Yeah.
Well, I want to see the video for this.
Yeah. It was good.
Now, like I said, we'll talk about your new job here in a minute. But what advice? Because we have a lot of newbies. There's people always getting into kayak fishing. It's new. It's fast. It's it's growing super fast.
It's super fast.
What advice would you say? Okay, if someone come to you and said, "Look, I've been in a boat. Tired of paying the gas. Tired of trying to find the place to park the trailer or the boat. All this stuff. I want to get rid of all that. I want to start kayak fishing." Or someone that's just like me and you years ago. We're just a young man and can't afford a boat. But we can afford a kayak. What if someone wanted to get into kayak fishing? As you look back, we all made mistakes when we were learning. Make mistakes still. That's why I got this box on my phone. So what advice would you give? What would be some general advice tips?
Just make sure you try out several kayaks. Go to demo days like the one here at the Great Outdoor Fishing Company. They're going to have one, I think, on Oak Hollow Lake on May 10th. Try out. They're going to have the whole Hobie line. They're going to have a bunch of other different boats. Try out boats.
That is very important.
Yes.
Because people just don't realize, not to cut you off, but people just don't. They see me in a boat or Thomas in a kayak. I call them boats, and or somebody else, on doing, and you're thinking, man, that's one for me. That's one for me. And then you actually get in it, and you're like, wow, at my height, this might be not a boat for me versus your height or somebody else taller or heavier or smaller. The demo days. And you'll know pretty quick.
It's I started out in that Ultimate, that Native Ultimate, which is, like you said, is a great boat.
Right.
But you go down fishing in current, and it's almost impossible to fish because you're constantly trying to
fight
paddle,
the boat.
and re-anchoring and just you're not getting a third of the cast in that you would have a pedal kayak.
Right. You're absolutely right.
That's not going to happen. But it just depends on what conditions, what water you're trying to fish.
Right. And that is the key. Is you have to. I find, and I'm old and getting older. I've seen in the last 20 years an amazing transformation of quality of boats for price points of boats, and it's hard to find a bad boat now. If you go to Great Outdoor Provisions Company or another high top quality paddle shop, it's hard to find a bad boat. However, there are boats that may not be perfectly suited for what you're looking for. And there's no perfect boat either, though. There's no boat that's going to do river, ocean, big lake.
They all have their time and place.
That's exactly right. So demo days would be the top thing. I think you're absolutely right. I think that is probably the most intelligent thing for people to do. Now, what would you say would be your most memorable fish?
Probably the king I caught last year.
Really?
Yes, that was
at the Classic.
Yeah, at the Classic, Oak Island Classic.
Now we got video of that too.
Oh yeah. So
we got a lot of videos to link off of this video now.
Yeah.
And when you hooked the fish, did you think? Now you'd caught them out of a boat before.
No, I never caught.
That was the first king you'd ever caught.
Ever caught.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, first king I ever caught.
Was it as fast as as you thought it would be?
Well, not really.
Really?
It's just trying to get the darn thing up close enough to me to
gaff it.
Because it would not give up. Yeah. It just kept going back and forth and just everywhere digging to try to go.
Right.
But now I did hang a couple more the day before.
Right.
Or a couple days before that just like
smoked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're perfect.
Yeah. It probably was.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Now you have, as we all know, your YouTube channel, Southern Outdoors Fishing.
Southern Outdoors Fishing.
Okay. But there's a dark web. There's a shadow channel that you have too, right?
Yeah.
And what's I know what Southern Outdoor Fishing is about, but what's the other channel about?
The other channel I have is Hook It Up Outdoors. It's more on the lines of camping, RV, camper towing, stuff like that. Do a lot of vlogs, a lot of family, just trips, and anything that I really wouldn't want to put on my fishing channel, I put on that channel. Like we went to Yellowstone National Park last year. Went there. Have not put that video on there yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah, we went to Creeper Trail. I did put that on there.
The Creeper Trail.
Yeah,
I've been dying to go to the Creeper.
Yeah,
I actually might sneak up there this weekend.
Oh well, that'd be good.
I might get the wife up super early on Saturday.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, but anyway, so that's all family adventures.
Yeah,
camping,
camping,
trailer, all that stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I've got some older videos on there that I would say are not so good, but the newer stuff is pretty good.
Okay.
I went to Niagara Falls, got some of that stuff on there,
right?
And some time lapses, and I got a lot to put on there. I just hadn't had time to put it on.
Well,
there.
we're keeping you busy over here.
Yeah.
So like me with the NCKFA channel, it's just so much to learn. How did you start your YouTube channel? Like what got you started? Like how one day you're just like, you know what? I'll start a YouTube. How long have you been YouTubing?
I started it in. Let's see. I started my
2018 now. So
yeah, I started my first channel, which is Hook It Up Outdoors. I started that back in 2011. Believe it or not.
Wow.
I started my second channel, which is Southern Outdoors Fishing. I started it in December 17th, 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, so not that long ago, and I'm roughly almost 8,800 subscribers.
Wow.
Almost 8. I want to get to 10,000 here before pretty quick. I'm trying to push for that.
Right.
But
well, what was just like?
Well,
how did that happen? How did that? I mean, because that's just something that randomly you're like, I want to do this. Back then.
Yeah.
Now a lot of people do it. But
yeah. Well, to me, I wanted to start a channel to use the knowledge that I've gained over the years to help try to teach other people how to fish and just basic stuff. I don't get into really technical,
right?
Real technical stuff. I try to keep my videos very basic.
Right.
Sometimes I get a little more technical than others, but I try to keep everything very basic and try to explain everything the best I can to the viewer, show them everything I can. And that's one thing a lot of people really like about my channel is that, I explain everything in a way that they can understand it, where a lot of people skip a lot of stuff.
Right.
To get from one thing to another, they miss a lot of stuff, and that's why I try to
be as detailed as you can.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, it's interesting to me watching your channel and things that it is important, and people can learn so much from the mistakes that we make.
Oh yeah.
I.e. the box.
Yeah.
But or you learn you can't learn everything by not doing and only watching, but you can watch us make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
And say, gosh, that was pretty dumb. But it looks dumb if we do it.
Yeah.
But it isn't sometimes that dumb. You just didn't think about it. And you're like, how could you not? And you're like, well, I went king fishing and left my gaff on the beach. It happens because you're so excited.
Oh, yeah,
but then that's you make a checklist now. These are the things I need to put in the boat with me, and little stuff like that.
Well, like one time I went out and I forgot my life jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to mention that time. I was like, Thomas. It's like, oh crap! Then you got to go back.
Yeah. I mean, but we're all human. We make mistakes, but
just learn from what we have done and more of what he's So now, as everyone can see, we are sitting here with the hurricane behind us and a wall of paddle, and what they can't see is the third wall, as it's called. And probably 50 or 60 boats, and we're in Great Outdoor Provisions Company here in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
And Thomas has a new job. He won't be out on the water quite as much during the week now. He'll be in here. So you have an announcement that...
Yeah, I'm now working here at the Greensboro Great Outdoors Provision Company. So please come see me if you got questions about kayaks. This is the place to come. We offer a full line of kayaks, several different makes and models, and a lot of things to choose from. You know, we demo boats, and
you'll put up when the demo day is.
Yeah, I will. I'll put up the demo day, and we do modifications to them, and it's
full service. And you're in the paddle shop. You're in the paddle area.
Yep.
And you're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and probably going to be every third Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. And your hours are pretty much 10 to 6. Is that what we're looking at?
Probably going to be like 10 to either 9 or 10 to probably 7 or 8, something like that.
Good.
Yeah. I'll do long shifts because it's a long drive for me.
Right.
From little town of Robbins. So.
Right. Coming to here.
Yeah. So I'll get the most out of my day as I can.
Well, I'm sure they're very excited to have you, and your viewers now can know where to come and stalk you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And come out and say hello. And will you be at the demo day? Do you know if you work? I mean, today is his first day.
Yeah, it is my first day.
So, and no, this is not on the clock.
No.
Owners of GOPC. We're done. He's done. He's off.
Yeah.
So, but you'll find out whether you are or not.
Yeah. I plan on it, and if nothing else comes up, I plan on being at the demo days.
Okay, and you'll have that different where it's at and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Well, this has been very enlightening to learn about you. Oh, one other question now. Are you more of a recreational guy or more of a tournament guy? Do you do the tournament?
I do. I joined the NCKFA online tournament.
That's correct.
Yes. I joined that, and I've got to get started in that. I had not got
started. He would have gotten started today with me, but he had to go work.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. So, you didn't miss much.
Well, yes, I did too.
Yeah, it was a good day. So,
but hopefully Friday or Saturday, possibly.
Okay, that would be great. We would love to do that.
Yeah, but come out and see me. Like I said, come talk fishing. Come look at our kayaks that we're selling. Hobies.
You got new canoes, Jacksons.
Yeah.
You got a full fleet. You got, go online, see what they got.
Yeah.
He can tell you all about them.
Oh, yeah. If you got any questions, feel free to message me or whatever. I'll try to help you out the best I can. Like I said, I'll be here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of pretty much every week. So.
Well, congratulations to coming.
You, sir.
To sit down Saturday.
Yes, sir.
And thank you guys for watching, and we look forward to our next guest. But Thomas Farlow, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.